Hi YouTube, we're doing something a little different today. We're going to be doing an unboxing video. We're going to be opening up the brand new Tyrants of Lothal expansion box. I just picked this up today. We're also going to be doing the figure packs, the 4 figure packs that came out alongside it a little later. Those are going to be coming in tomorrow, but I did get this today, and I'm excited to open it up and see what's inside and show it to you guys. So let's get started. All right. Open it up from the side here. And I apologize if there's any background noise from outside. I am in my apartment here. This is actually my kitchen table, dining room table. All right, let's open this up. See what is inside. So I'm probably gonna just do an unboxing video for this one, kind of show the contents, and then in another video I might do a more in-depth kind of review of what I think of each thing and kind of go more in depth. So ad book, here's the rule book for the campaign and all the new mechanics that are in the new expansion. There's the opening crawl. And of course you have all the missions. These are all the campaign missions. Okay, I'll set that aside. And skirmish map, new skirmish map. Ad for Heart of the Empire. Alright, that's Lothal Waste. That was spoiled a while ago. Got some number tokens, and then all the cardboard. And I'm going to go over that in just a little bit. I'm going to show you the figures here. Out. All right, so we've got, let's see if you can see that close up. So we got 4 of these Death Troopers. We've got, looks like 4 Lothcat tokens. They're cute. And then the new hero, we have CT 1701. Clone Trooper, and Tress Haknua, the cybernetic brawler. Alright, so I'm gonna go through all the cards now, and we'll start with campaign first. So let's see. So here's the 2 new hero sheets. We got CT. He has Barrage, 2 strain. You can use to resolve after you resolve an attack with a ranged weapon. You get to perform another attack against any target within 3 spaces, and you add a white die. And so something to note is that you can use this on the target you already shot at, because it's again, it's any target. It's within 3 spaces of itself. Focus fire while attacking with a ranged weapon. You gain surge for gain 1 power token, so that's nice. So wounded stats on the back. And here's Tress, so leg hydraulics. You can see she can test strength to get movement points equal to the results. And then she uses the style tokens whenever she attacks, and those allow her to augment her abilities. So here are the style tokens. All right, so those are the hero sheets. And then let's go through the hero class cards. Let's do those first. So since we just looked at Tress, we'll look at hers first. So there's her starting weapon, and it lets her spend any number of attack style tokens to add damage. Note that you can do this ability even when you're not attacking with this weapon. As long as she has this weapon equipped to her, she can use this ability for any of her weapons that she's attacking with, as long as it's a melee weapon. Okay, next she's got Minoc Strike. You can exhaust it to spend a style token and choose an adjacent hostile figure. That figure becomes weakened. Maybe. Not super impressed. Eric's Variation. At the end of your activation, do not perform attack, gain 1 style. So that's really good for being able to keep the style tokens going, and it also gives you free movement points. I'm going to try and just go through these. I might try to do more in depth on the heroes and each of their abilities. I'll give you guys a chance to look at these. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so that's Tress. Really cool abilities to spend style tokens. Here is CT, this hero. So he starts off with the blaster. You do have to attack with this weapon if you want to use this ability to gain a power token. And then he's got reload. This one's pretty good. You get free power tokens when you rest, and you can have 3 power tokens at a time. Free power tokens, I should say. This one's pretty good. Give power defense tokens to your friends when you attack. This one's really nice. Gain a movement point, or you can exhaust it to move 1 space. So this move 1 space ignores difficult terrain, so that's pretty nice. Pin them down. Wow, that's pretty good. You can stun up to 2 figures. That's actually pretty strong. Squad tactics. So what this does is it lets you spend your movement points to move another friendly figure, so you can kind of have both of your heroes moving alongside each other during his activation. Okay, weakness identified. Concentrate fire. And last one, wildfire. All right, so those are all of their class cards. And then let's look at the Empire. So the new Empire's class deck is called Overwhelming Oppression. It's kind of based on actually like ship based stuff. So TIE fighters, transports, stuff like that. Pretty cool. So the first card that they get, the Empire gets for free, is Commence Landing. So you have to play with your deployment cards face up, and then you get 1 power token among each of the cards in your hand. No, that's not the figures on the table. Those are the ones that are in reserve, basically. And then when you deploy a group from your hand, they get the tokens that were on that card when you deploy them. So that's kind of how that works. Redouble our efforts. Again, you get to place power tokens into your hand, but not on the figures that are on the table. You can exhaust it when an Imperial figure is defeated. Distribute that figure's power tokens among other friendly figures within 3 spaces. Personal flagships. So this one's cool. You earn 1 villain of your choice. So that means you can bring like a unique figure for the rest of the campaign into your open groups. After you choose your open groups, you can add 1 villain to your hand of open groups, so you don't have to take up one of your open group slots. When you activate a villain, a friendly figure within 3 spaces, that villain gains 1 power token or block token. So that's pretty nice, kind of based on villains. Implacable, place 1 evade power token on a card in your hand at the start of each round. So again, at the start of each round, you're going to be building up these power tokens on your hand, on the cards in your hand. Exhaust this card while an Imperial figure is defending. That figure may spend 1 power token, block token, or evade token from friendly figures within 3 spaces as if they were their own. So that's pretty nice. Thailanders. That's pretty nice. And I'm sorry, I haven't really had a chance to look at all these yet, so a lot of these are new to me. Tactical Mastery. Again, you get power token in your hand at the beginning of each round. Exhaust this card. When an Imperial figure spends a surge token during this attack, this figure may use 1 surge ability on another Imperial figure within 3 spaces. That's kind of nice. Your little stormtroopers can pick up like a surge for +2 damage from an elite figure nearby. That could actually get very deadly very fast. And then TIE Fighter Patrol. So basically you can have a hero test insight. If they succeed, they suffer a strain because they ducked, but if not, they take 3 damage. That's pretty nice. you can just exhaust that to use that ability. Okay. So this kind of lets you play around with those power tokens in your hand to kind of pump up your attacks. Maybe if you had like a villain in your hand, you know, use a red die from Darth Vader or something. And this one lets you place any kind of power token in your hand, and then lets you basically send the power tokens from your hand to your figures. So kind of neat, putting power tokens in your hand and kind of playing around with them like that. Just a lot of power tokens. Okay, so let's look at the items, shop items next. So we've got, for tier 1, we got Punch Dagger. And by the way this card works is it checks the either power or surge symbols. I wish I had grabbed a dice, but so like if you get a single surge result on a yellow, you can change the result on that die. It doesn't look at the accuracy at all. And if you get like a damage and a surge on a single die, you don't get to change that one. So that's how that works. Combat Vembrace. And again, single attack icon, kind of the same wording, so that's what you're looking for, but you can re-roll with that one. And then this is tier 2, the E11D. I think that's the Death Trooper's weapon. Then we have the Mandalorian helmet. And tier 3, we've got the bow rifle. That's kind of neat. You can perform a... Oh, I'm sorry. So this is actually a melee weapon, and you can use this ability to perform a ranged attack, but only once per activation when you use it. That's kind of cool. And then Plastoid Armor. This is a nice ability. Recover 2 strain when you move. That's pretty nice. And you also get +1 evade, although you don't get any health bonus from this armor, so just be aware of that. Okay, and then we got the rewards. These are mission rewards. These will come from certain side missions that come with the expansion. I believe this is actually CT 1701's mission reward for his personal mission. Bump the rig a little bit. And then this is Tress's personal reward for her mission. And then, oh, a little bit of a spoiler there, because before I look at that, I actually want to show you these supply cards from this. So we've got 2 of them. First one is Lock Chest. So when you draw it, you get to draw another supply card. And then you keep this for the rest of the campaign. Normally you get rid of these supply cards at the end of each mission, but this one you're actually going to keep and hold on to through the missions. And then there's also Missing Key, and these 2 go together, and they do the same thing. And if at any point, if you have both, then you get to what do you call it? You get to trade them in, basically. Actually, you don't even have to trade them. So, interestingly, oh yeah, you Missing Key makes you return both. So you return them both to the game box once you have found both of them, and then you get Hondo's treasure. And maybe a little bit of a spoiler, but this card's pretty nice. So I really like this mechanic. This is really cool. Alright, so I think, oh yeah, so for campaign, let's look at the agenda cards. There's 2 agenda sets that come with this. First one is Weapons Division. You got this card. And then the next set is the War of Attrition set. Okay. And then I'll show you the campaign missions. So we got Gray Side Mission, Call to Action, and these all make up the mini campaign for Tyrants of Lothal, but they are all side missions, so you can incorporate them into your larger campaigns as well. So this is CT 1701's personal side mission. There's Tress's side mission. So these are interesting. There's 2 green side missions that come with the box. This one and this one. And you'll notice they both say any one Spectre ally as the reward. So the Spectres, and I'll show you in just a second, are the 6 heroes that include the 4 that come as tokens in the box, and the 2 that come as Hera and Chopper in their own figure expansion. Those are all Spectres. So we'll go over those in just a minute. And then we've got another gray side mission, Final Order. And these are the skirmish missions that I showed you. It comes with the skirmish map sheet. I'll show you that for reference. So there's mission A and mission B. And just so you know, it's a rumor that because they are releasing a skirmish map for that is going to be the next skirmish map in tournament rotation. So just good to keep aware of that you will probably need to pick up this box for tournament play. All right, let's look at the deployment cards. And first we'll start off with the Imperials. So the Death Troopers are in the beginning, and these are the campaign versions. They let you activate another figure with cost 6 or less, basically as kind of like the same group. You can bring any number of them as one group for a slot in an open group. And you get 2 of the campaign ones, and then the elites, more damage, more health. They have Squad Captain, which lets them give out power tokens, and then a similar ability that lets them activate alongside another group of troopers. And you get 2 of the elites, so that's nice. And then the skirmish version, they lose, I believe they lose full detachment, and they gain security detail, which lets them give a friendly leader a power token. And notice the regulars are not leaders, so they can't give it to themselves. And they also get to activate that field tactics, and you get 2 of those regulars, and the elite, Squad Captain again, field tactics. And the nice thing about these guys is they give you 2 of them, which they have not done in the past. So I'm really happy to see that, because I'm looking forward to trying them out in an Imperial list. Okay, so those are the Death Troopers. I'm going to just go through the ones that you actually get the figures for first, and then we'll look at the other included cards. So next up, we have the Lothcats. Kind of neat, kind of like mini Nexus, but as you saw, they are small figures, and you get 2 in a group, so that's important to note. But those are cool. And then the elite, and you'll notice you only get 1 of each card, so kind of sad, but I guess that means so we could get 2 Death Trooper elite cards, so that's fine. And then we have CT. He actually looks really good for skirmish, but I'll talk about that later. You can see his card there. We've already seen it before in spoilers, and same thing for Tress. You know, one of those. All right. Now let us look at, since we talked about it earlier, getting any Spectre allies. Let's start with Spectre team. So here's Kanan. I'm just going to go through these quick because we've seen all these already. There's his skirmish version. And by the way Force Vision, if you're curious how that works, your opponent, when you activate Kanan, your opponent basically has to tell you which of their groups they're going to activate next. That's kind of all it means. Okay, here's Zeb. Zeb he doesn't have a specific form for campaign or skirmish. It's pretty good though. There's Sabine and her campaign card. And then her skirmish card. Note that her skirmish card is a vehicle type trait, and her campaign version is not. Also notice that her skirmish gains mobile over her campaign. It also gets Blast 1 added to the Surge ability. The only other I believe those are the only differences between the two. So just be aware of that. And you have Ezra. And that's his campaign version. Ezra's skirmish version. Okay. And these are all Spectre team. And the interesting card that comes with this that we did not know about until just a day or two ago is the Spectre Cell skirmish upgrade. So basically, if you build a skirmish list that has all 6 Spectres in it, which comes out to 37 points, you can add this 2-point card in, and it gives all of your figures +1 damage, +1 block, and also gives you a free attack each round with one of your Spectres. This card is awesome. People are talking about it. It's not great if you like to build lists that aren't pre-made by Fantasy Flight, but for if you want to be able to play all the Spectre members, I recommend you bring this card as well. Yep, so that's a really cool card. Okay, so let's look at Thrawn. Here's his campaign card. He's really cool. He rewards you for predicting the rebel hero's movements. The skirmish card, really good. Notice that he distributes equal to the round number. There's only 4 different types of power tokens, so after round 4, he doesn't get any more power tokens than 4. And notice that strategize, you can look at either player's deck and discard one of those cards. So that's useful. You can either try and discard a good card from the top of your opponent's deck, or try and make sure you're digging towards your best card from your deck. Pretty cool. And then Hondo, final guy, this campaign card, love it. So flavorful. Also very strong. And his skirmish card. And again, so something to note, negotiate. They have to pay you victory points, so that means that they lose 2 victory points and you gain 2 victory points if they want to stop that +2 damage. So Hondo is pretty nasty in skirmish. All right, so I think that's all the cards in the box. Oh, no, sorry. We've got the command cards. All right, so we've got Tress's command card here. We've seen this one before. Wildfire for CT, really nice command card there. Mark Territory, I believe this is an unspoiled card so far. Kind of interesting, uses exterior spaces. Pack Alpha, kind of knew this card, but it was hard to tell. I believe this one was designed by the world champion, I might be wrong, don't quote me on that actually. And Signal Jammer, this is a really interesting card. Something to note here is this ability, once you put this into play, it is not optional. You cannot choose to ignore it. You don't get to decide which command card it negates. It just negates the first one that any player plays. So be very careful when you use this. It is good for stopping Take Initiative though, because you, as the player with initiative, will play this first before your opponent can play Take Initiative. So something to note about that. And now let's go through these map tiles. We'll see what we get. All right, so notice we get all of the figure pack figures as tokens. These 2 come in a pack, these 2 come in a pack, and then these 2 are in their own pack. So we've got the Lothal, really nice map tiles here. Give you kind of a close up. Really detailed, as they always are. On the back, some Imperial hallways. Neat little jungle spire statues, not sure. Then we got some more desert tiles. These are really interesting. And then again, These are going to be some very good, useful Greedo hiding spots for sure if they ever get used in campaign. Same here. Okay, and then this large object, which I don't think we're quite sure yet how it works with mobile figures if you put one right in the middle, but probably answer that soon enough. And on the back there, cool little map tile. Hey guys, so real quick, something I just wanted to add in that I didn't really notice until I kind of went through the rule book is that, so normally a mini campaign that this box includes is normally only 4 missions long. However, with the new campaign structure that they've introduced with this one, for each of the ally villain packs that you buy from this wave, so Sabine Zeb is one, Kanan Ezra is one, Hondo and Thrawn are each their own one. For each one that you get, you can actually expand the campaign by another mission up to, I believe, being 7 missions long. So you see, you can add Hondo's a side mission after the first mission. If you have Hondo, if you have any of the Rebel ones, you can add their side missions after the second mission, and then Thrawn's you can add after the third mission. So I just thought that was really cool and probably worth mentioning. So as a mini campaign, you can choose to play just the 4 mission mini campaign, or you can expand it up to being 7 missions long using the figure packs. And I think that's really cool because, you know, and that means you can do any number in between. So, you know, if you want like just a 5 mission or a 6 mission campaign, I think that's really cool because sometimes campaigns that can either feel too short if the mini campaigns or too long for the big campaigns that are like 10 missions long. I think this is a really cool way that you can kind of customize the length of your campaign to suit your play group. Anyway, back to the review. Sorry to interrupt. Bye. Okay, so that is it. Those are the contents for Tyrants of Lothal expansion box. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful, and let me know what you guys think of the box, of the expansion. Look forward to the figure packs. We're gonna crack those open once I get a hand of them, and also maybe go more in depth with some of the cards in the expansion. All right, thanks guys. See you later. Bye.